Are you familiar with the term emotional vampire? Have you ever used the phrase, they're sucking the life out of me? You know those people, the ones that just prey on your energy. They seem to take over your life. Well, the truth is, they really are taking over your life. And what they are emoting, what they're putting out, you are actually absorbing. We are like sponges when it comes to energy. And so if somebody's having a conversation and they're vibrating at a very low level, meaning they're negative and they're irritated and they're frustrated and they're just making these faces and clenching their fists, what happens is the brain picks up on that and it mimics or reflects back or mirrors back that same feeling, that same facial expression. And then once we do the facial expression, it tags on to our emotions and we begin to feel what the person communicating to us feels. So take a minute and think about the people that you surround yourself with. What kind of facial expressions do they make? Are they happy and uplifted? Are they always smiling? Or do you see them really down and angry and defeated and being the victim? Because chances are your biology, your life, your energetic field is affected by those people. And it can go either way. So I want to give you 3 simple steps to take so that you can protect your energy, which means less stress, less worry, and a higher level of vibrating, which means more peace, more calm. So the very first step is you must become aware. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. Notice what the people are doing with their facial expressions. We listen for their words and we're taught to really listen to people, and you should listen, but notice their facial expressions. Are they smiling when they talk? Are they grumpy when they talk? Notice the facial expressions, because unconsciously the brain reacts and mirrors back. And before you know it, you will be walking around with the same facial expressions. The energy is infectious, literally. So the first step is to become aware. The second step is to simply confuse the brain. So the brain is going to mirror back, reflect, rely on what it knows. And your job to confuse the brain is when the person is talking and they're like this and their fists are clenching, your jaw is tight. You just want to have a whole different look on your face. Now, if they're telling you something and it's very painful or stressful to them, obviously you don't want to sit there and smile, but you don't want to mimic their face either. So you'll have to figure out, where do you sit? Where do you position yourself? Because energetically, emotionally, you're protecting yourself. You're sending a signal to the brain that says, I'm not going to be that person. And then the brain quickly learns how to readjust, recalculate, and send you into a different emotional state. So that's number 2. Number 3, you want to adjust your posture. You want to stand up straight, you want to throw your shoulders back, and you want to breathe from your diaphragm. When you're in that mode and you're feeling that, even lifting your head up, what you're doing is you're sending a signal to the brain that says, I am confident. I am in control of my life and my reactions. And that's ultimately the way that you can avoid stress and worry. We give up our power when we delve into stress and worry. And even if we don't have our own stress and worry, we'll borrow someone else's. So the next time you're in the company of somebody who's a worrier, who's a stressor, who's anxious, notice your own reactions. Notice where it comes from. Now, stress and worry are typically inherited. You will get that from generation to generation. And here's one other thing that's really interesting to me. Notice your family members. You'll notice each other talking like each other, having the same dialect, the same tone, and you'll even see the family members having the same facial expressions and the same body movements. It's very fascinating. So, if the cycle that you're repeating doesn't work for you, it's time to understand it on a deeper level. And that's where I come in. I will take you on a journey into who you really are, give you a deep look, point out what you might not be seeing, and help you shift energetically and emotionally into a higher level of being. And in all of this happens during an intuitive reading. Plus, I give you inside information that I can pick up on that Spirit is relaying to me. So, I suggest you book your intuitive reading and we figure out how you're showing up in the world, what you're showing the world, and why you keep getting more of what you have. Jump over to veronicadrake.com, services tab, intuitive reading, or the link is right below here. I look forward to getting into your energy. Take care.